stretching, they stop pushing themselves, and they end up becoming very cynical about life, and they throw in the towel on themselves, on their families, and on their dreams. And the other thing is that most people don't feel worthy. What I'm doing now, I could have been doing years.
Welcome back, YouTube, to another episode on the 24 Karat Black YouTube channel. I'm your man, one half of the brand, Abe.
Cool KL.
And we are here today to talk about some of the lessons learned on our journey. And some of these lessons you don't see while you're going through your journey.
Most of them.
Most of them you don't see while you're on your journey. And, we want to highlight a few things here, so... and kind of, help people that may be in that dark space or going through their journey, and it's just so much darkness or so much going on that you don't see a lot of the golden opportunities or the lessons or the stuff that's being, that's coming out of that darkness. So, so we're going to share some of ours, and we have a book here that we're gonna share as well.
Yeah. By a good friend, Dwayne Ijames. You'll be able to follow him here.
Yeah.
He has a nice little fan base, but it's more so about his trials and tribulations that we all go through.
Yeah. And
he got a nice little book. It's probably mainly for high school and college students. It is a book of I guess, showing how you can have a dream and your dream can get derailed, and how that same dream that got derailed can also be the fuel to your fire to push you to do something that you didn't know you was going to do.
Deep.
And I think ultimately, if you read it, especially with young people aspiring to be professional athletes or whatever you actually aspiring to be.
That's most of the kids that come out.
So even if it's not an athlete, like say you want to be a lawyer, but something happens to where that whole thing gets derailed.
Yeah.
I think this is a good book to show you that not only you can get back on track and actually do it if you want to, but you can maybe also be directed to do something else, have a different calling that you wasn't even expecting, because you had this one track mind. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm going to be.
You had no plan B.
And there's no plan B.
Right.
And this book touches on all of that. And you should look them up.
Yep.
Follow them. Good.
I was blown away just looking at the fact that again, this is a guy that had his mind set on making it to the NFL, right?
Yeah.
And you would think like
one hell of an athlete.
Yeah, and just kind of going through, and I haven't had a chance to read it all the way yet because this is my first time getting my hands on it, but I'm gonna read it ASAP.
You can buy it too.
Yeah, you can.
Amazon. You can get it off Amazon.
Right, and just seeing one of the things where it was, on his journey though, he was going through his own trials and tribulations, but he was setting examples. That would, last long after he had left, high school. Unknowingly. It was unbeknownst to him. And that reminded me of something, when I was coming up, where it was someone told me someone's always watching. Yep. And the inspiration that you provide to people, it goes beyond what you can even understand or comprehend, because someone's always watching. So, and that's deep. And even in his darkest times, he wrote a book about the lessons he learned, and that's very valuable because I think that we don't see that. We don't understand how to identify that immediately, especially as younger African Americans, with all of the weight we're carrying. And he grew up, single parent home.
Yeah.
He had a lot of the same things that
we had. Got drugs in the picture around.
Oh yeah, man. Drug
mom
addiction.
Working her ass off.
Yeah.
Paycheck to paycheck.
Man. Yeah.
But again, these are stories that we all can attest to.
Yeah.
But it's more so about not allowing these things to keep you down.
Right,
In his case, he was able to look back at those things and say the same things that I had going against me, I got through it.
Right.
And so you can use those things to get you through the next thing. I mean, again, if we only could know that we was living these special moments when we was living them,
Yeah.
you can treasure them more.
Absolutely.
And that's the
Absolutely.
thing. Pretty much everything we do, especially the people we're talking to this young, everything that you do will be a time that you will reflect. It's a reflective period that you will go back and say, damn, if I would have done this, if I hadn't done that, how my life would change. But you can't live that way.
You can't live that way, yeah.
Live your life.
Yep.
Take, you're going to fall.
You're going to fall.
Get yourself up.
To fall doesn't mean to fail.
Right.
Basically, when you fall, it's an opportunity to look up and assess the situation. Kind of like, pretty much exactly what he's explaining in this book. He learned lessons from when he fell down. Yeah. And,
think about it. You rarely learn lessons.
Yeah.
If you don't fail.
If you don't fail.
There's nothing there to learn.
And it's nothing there to learn.
And there's nothing like, for me, I try not to mess up as much. Yeah. And I try to pay attention to other people's situations so that I would not make those same mistakes. But it's inevitable. Like, you're going to fail. And it's not, again, cliches. It's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you get up.
And so that's deep. That's deep.
This book and his life is a testament to that. And if that can just reach one person, I think it's done its job.
Absolutely.
For me, there's plenty of moments where I failed. But I do know just my upbringing and knowing how I was brought up and the things that are around me, the poverty around me, allowed me to know that I think that's why I work so hard. I didn't really have that around me to be like, I'm going to work like this person. And I got it from exterior sources, from people who took a liking and an interest in me as a young kid, wanted to help me succeed. But younger, I didn't really appreciate like my grandmother worked her butt off. But my mom didn't work. My dad was in prison, and so I didn't get a chance to pick up on those things. But when I got older, I knew that wasn't going to be my life. And I've been working pretty much my whole life.
Absolutely.
And I always had multiple jobs. And, balancing that in business, I can say for sure that watching how I was brought up and the stuff around me was enough to say that my life would never get that bad.
Ever in life. And so that's where you can learn from other people's mistakes too. And I teach that to my kids as well. Try to learn from other people's mistakes. You don't have to fall like them. The lessons that you learn and the way that you become better, doesn't necessarily have to be off of your own mistakes. You can actually look at other people and say, I don't want to go that way. And just,
Every invention was improved upon.
Every invention.
People go to war and they pick up tactics from that person's habits. They didn't necessarily have to fight them in the war the first time to know, like when boxers or basketball players or football players, they playing a team, they're watching film on the team to know how to go in and better prepare. They didn't actually have to play them and say, oh, well, we played them once and this is what they did. No, people have tendencies. Things happen. And usually there's a cause and effect to everything. And if you can identify that, you usually can avoid it.
Absolutely.
Again, this book, a good read. It's not even that long.
Go pick it up.
If you know a kid who might be struggling with decisions or kids who get so stuck in their way, I'm going to be this professional athlete. I don't need a backup plan. It still might be a good book for them to have. Even if it's not for you, it's a great gift.
Absolutely. Kids coming out of high school or kids who don't even really know. It doesn't even have to pertain to sports per se. Lessons. Life is a sport in a lot of ways. So for the kids who may not be athletic, we're still playing a game here, and we fail and we fall or whatever, and we have to figure out ways to pick ourselves up and become better. And sometimes that insight, like in this book, will give you, what you need. It'll be a beacon of light and hope and, guidance to a better future. So, and that's what we need, So we want whoever is watching this that need it, who has a son, who has a daughter, who is an adult themselves that, can relate.
You should be learning something every single day. You can be 40, 50, 60. Remember this too. Old fools were once young fools.
Absolutely.
So,
and everybody is a fool at something. Even
sure.
to this day, everybody is stupid and ignorant at something.
Yeah.
So you can always use another man's perspective and knowledge and his words, and that's why I can't wait to read this book and share it with my kids.
He has a website, but you can go on Amazon.
Yep.
Follow him.
Yeah, we'll have his
Instagram.
information. Yep.
So,
Instagram.
and actually, he does speaking engagements too.
Okay, great,
Out of
great.
North Carolina, I know he will travel.
Right.
You just have to DM him.
Right.
Great dude, and
Yeah.
I'm sure that he would appreciate the follow.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
big things coming from this man.
absolutely.
Big things coming from this man. So we need everybody to support. That's why we wanted to showcase it. The Audible. Make sure you guys get your copy.
Get it.
So Amazon, like we said, look for it. Follow him on IG and social medias. Social media platforms.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
24 karat black out.
Yeah. Stay golden.
Peace.
At the calms before the storm, this the debris from the aftermath.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Check it. Let me change pace. The alternate route's a long one, but you ultimately end up in the same place. So I tell aspiring artists, think beyond greater. I know some niggas with platinum plaques and bronze paper, but better living should be earned, never fed or given. So I traded my recognition instead for